All right, and joining me this week is Mr. Myke the Poet himself. I'm glad to have him aboard. How you doing today, Mike?
Oh man, I'm great, man. Great. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man. I'm always happy and interested to talk to people that's from Baltimore and has skills and talent. Because there's a lot of people from here that has it, but a lot of people don't know about it.
True. Nah, most definitely. And I mean, I just think like this is a great time, right, for real, like right now where everybody is just in learning more about their self and then and just providing or just really just contributing, you know what I'm saying, to the culture. You know what I'm saying? In a way, I feel like we need a lot,
Yeah,
and in a way with people like myself, what I strive to do, you know what I'm saying, is just to try to just help out in a way.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, man, so how well when exactly did you get to a point where you knew that you wanted to become a poet, become a writer in general?
Um. Okay. So I mean, I had always kept a journal for a nice little while. My mom had passed away back in 2010, and so the very next day after she passed away, that's when I kind of like took journaling a little bit more serious because it became something that I felt like I needed to do. But poetry in general was didn't come until 2015 when I actually wanted to write a poem to my mother in heaven. And
Right.
so that's when I tried to write a poem to her, but couldn't necessarily figure out what I wanted to say. And but it was then that I actually just started to write poetry. And it wasn't until I wrote a few of them that I actually kind of like declared myself a poet.
Well, that's good, man. I mean, it's interesting that people that reads or like Dominique or writes like we do. It's interesting to see where that journey can take us. And
Yeah.
you also released a book.
hmm
Um, tell me about that. I mean, how did that come about for you?
like I told you, it really just started off with the one. It started off with the me wanting to the desire, like I say, to just have that connection, I guess, with my mother, and really just when I was trying to write to her, I really didn't have the right words to say, and so I chose to write about other things of how I was feeling. And before I knew it, I had somewhat of a playlist. One grew to two, two to five, five to ten, and it was like halfway in that I just kind of really told myself I wanted to write a book, and just wasn't quite sure what to call it. And so I just really had to take a look within. My first book was actually titled "Unspoken Words from a Creative Mind," and I just thought that was just exactly what I was doing. I was just really releasing, or just kind of exposing myself in a way, being vulnerable, and just releasing those unspoken words that that I had in my mind.
Right.
Um, yeah, but that's pretty much how I got started and really wanted to just kind of craft that to make a book.
Okay. Um, have you done anything as far as like a book fair or anything to promote your work?
You know what? I am getting better each day with getting out there and finding unique ways to just kind of let people know about what I'm doing or what I have going on. But thus far, I haven't been part of like a book fair or book signing. I'm
Mm.
actually like a just a chill guy for real. So I don't be liking like all the attention. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's like it's something that I had to like get comfortable with, doing, even being on stage.
So, so who exactly would you say? I mean, I know you said your mother played a part in you writing, but has there been like anything like as far as a book author or anything that you like as well?
I tell you, when I first envisioned, unspoken words from a creative mind, I had Tupac's poetry book next, on my dresser, and that
Right.
was a book that it just allowed me to see how like real it was, because that was a book. I'm not sure if you ever seen it, but they actually had like his physical handwriting on one side, and on the opposite side, they would have, I guess, just kind of like to where everybody can understand what it meant. Instead of
Right.
writing, the number four, they will write the word four. And so, that just kind of like put in my mind in a way like, that I could do the same thing in a sense of just writing how I write. You know what I'm saying? And so that was really, I know he was more so known for the music. That was a part of him that I kind of like just admired and gravitated towards when I started early writing my poetry.
And the thing that's interesting too is that I like about people that do poetry as well is sometimes I don't, well, a lot of times, but normally when you read your poetry to somebody, like one person or a group, it normally touches people. And I'm sure you had that experience where you read it and somebody reached out to you and your words.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially just because, when people look at me, they don't necessarily see poet, and so whenever I say that I write poetry, it's something that intrigues them. It's something that, they especially if you get to know me and you kind of hear how I speak, it's just something that you want to know more about in a way. And so when I actually get the opportunity to speak a poem, I mean, I just think not only just myself, but just anybody that's speaking about something that they're passionate about, you can kind of tell if somebody, kind of really went through a certain experience, or, if it's just something that, that they maybe just talking about. And so I think just the angle that I come from, people can just feel the passion behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm doped about it, because like I said, I'm always intrigued whenever I talk to somebody on here or meet somebody that has skill in
Mhm.
Baltimore, because you always hear about people in New York or mostly in California or in Georgia where Tyler Perry and all of them is. So it's
Yeah.
always nice somebody that has talent from our town can come through. And do you have plans to one day take your work to New York or California? Well, when the corona and all that ends.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, I was actually just thinking of different little ideas of what I would like to do, tour different cities, kind of just go through, visit some of their local spots. I mean, because that's basically how I got started, here as well, just, going to the local spots. And then once you meet one person or you meet, kind of like a bigger name person, someone that may host, you can follow them and keep up with their stuff like that. But yes, I do. New York, Philly, like you say, California. I mean, just really the whole world in general, because even if it's not something that is already being done or it's already a thing, so to say, I kind of have that. I just kind of just I'm confident that at the end of the day, like what I'm doing, I mean, it doesn't have to already be done. I mean, I can come in a room and really just be the first one, and I'm comfortable doing that.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. So have you done anything like what Brightman does, like as far as like Toastmasters, public speaking?
So I did a little bit back when my job was open, because I work for the government, federal government, and so they had Toastmasters class, and then I went to a few, back when everything was open, back when we were actually in the building. But just since then, I haven't had the opportunity to. But people have been telling me though, like that it's a great thing to take advantage of, and I just can't wait.
I can't wait either, man. It's I was talking with a man named Don Hahn who he worked at Disney about our
Mhm.
next generation coming up, and he's always intrigued whenever the next generation, people from the '90s or '80s like
Yeah.
we are, who always our talents always come out and somebody recognize.
Mhm.
Have you ever had a moment where you've given advice to anybody younger than you, like the next generation that's out now about
Man, that's
writing?
all. That's always, because I grew up, close to my father, and so the type of relationship we had was just like he was my big brother, and so in a way, I always Not necessarily just trying to find, but if I happen to be in a situation where I'm able to, kind of give the game, or just, just kind of just help somebody out, whether they're younger or older, but especially the next generation, because, these are the ones that are, the future in a way, you know what I'm saying? These are the ones that, and then like they gave it to us. It's like
Right.
sometimes it takes a little time in your life to experience some things and get the answers. But if you can go back and give it to somebody while they're younger, you know what I'm saying, and maybe they can have, like, like a cheat code or a cheat sheet in a way, you know what I'm saying? So when they get the test early in life, they can pass these tests and really go farther than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell them, like, man, don't be me, be better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I should ask you this at the beginning of the show. How are you and your family holding up during this pandemic?
Oh man, thank you for asking, first of all. But we doing great, man. My wife and I and my family in general, we expecting our third child, probably within days now. So yeah. Thank you, man. But other than that, I mean, like I said, we're doing great, man. Doing what we could do each day to just keep each other encouraged and motivated, and just like I say, just keeping our head above water. Trying to learn from everything, really. You know what I'm saying? I just try to keep growth as a mindset, and this ain't no time just to stay stagnant. It's really a time to get ahead. That's how I try to look at it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, especially for people that's working from home, or
Yeah,
has something in their hands. If they have something creative they can do, they can try to try to get out there. Yeah.
most definitely, most definitely. Yeah. I mean, this time we
Um.
never gonna get back, though.
Say it again.
I say this is a time of our life that we'll never get back.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
who knew that when 2020 got here, from 2010 to 2020, we would have a season where we have this virus that comes, and we always have had
Uh,
viruses and diseases and stuff out there, but
yeah,
something so powerful, have these people are going as a result of that.
you're right. Yeah, like I said, honestly, I mean, I couldn't see this. I couldn't envision this in my head. I had to see it to believe it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Um. It's something out here. We just got, like you were saying, we got to keep our head above water, and I always try to stay positive and take it one day at a time and see what happens. I'm always thankful whenever every time I wake up in the morning and do
yeah,
out there and do what I do. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like I said, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um. Who who is your favorite artist right now? Is there an artist you listening to the most right now?
Um, I listen to a couple artists right now. I mean,
Mhm.
but right now I'm kind of digging. Who would I say? I mean, I don't know, man. I like a lot of people. I like Kendrick. I like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Starlito from Tennessee. But I like a lot of music for real that's like older music though. I got like an old soul, I feel like. So like that old 90s hip hop, or just that
There you
style. You know what I'm saying? That storytelling. That's what I like, man. That's what I like. But yeah.
That's how I am, man. I'm super old school. I listen to a whole lot of 90s and 80s, early 2000s and stuff. It really
Hmm.
got something to grasp me as far as today's music go, but I don't listen to a lot of today's music.
Yeah, I gotta give you that one. I don't not like put like this. It's certain songs that I would listen to from today. You know what I'm saying? But even if it's a song, I may not even be like a huge fan of that artist, but I may just like that song. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of gravitate, like you say, more so to the old school, the music I grew up to, and earlier than myself. But I ain't really listen to a lot of
Right.
music growing up because we didn't have the iPods and all that type of stuff. So I find myself catching up on a lot of music right now. Yeah,
Yo, ain't it crazy that we at that point in our lives that we can say that back in the day we didn't have iPods, we didn't have Facebook.
man. You know, I mean, I ain't
And
old, but I'm getting older. Like you say, so for us to have a back in the day, yeah.
it's crazy because I remember talking with some people that's a little younger than me that I see at Dunkin' Donuts, and if I bring up a movie or a song or something from the '90s or anything from
Mhm.
that time, I got clue them in as to who or what they were. They didn't even know who New
Uh,
Edition was. But, I had to clue them
oh
on
yeah.
in.
See, yeah, yeah. Like you say, nowadays they ain't doing no groups like that. It's just like one person
Yeah,
in general is singing. You know what I'm saying? They
right.
ain't no groups like that. Temptations. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that back in the day.
Man. So I got to ask you, man, are you Ravens bound or are you another team?
Man, I actually like the Seahawks.
Ah,
Yeah, I've been a huge Seahawks fan, man. When I was growing up, everybody had the same team, and so I knew early I wanted to be different, man. And so it was a weird way how I chose this team, but it ended up working out. I just
right.
kind of got good with them on Madden back when they had Deshaun Alexander. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. And man, the first year I actually started liking them, man. We went to the Super Bowl back in '05. I was in ninth grade.
Right.
I declared that was my team at the beginning of the school year or the season,
Mm.
and we ended up going to the Super Bowl that first year. So I ain't gonna lie, like with that much luck, I mean, I definitely stuck with them. So
Well, you know
couldn't
what?
turn my back.
I'll give you the props with that. At least you're not like I got two friends that are brothers. The oldest is a Cowboys fan. The youngest is
Oh
a
man,
Redskins.
oh man. So they both hurting right now. I ain't gonna lie,
Oh,
man.
oh yeah, dude. I kid you not. The youngest brother. If you were to go to their place, he has nothing but Redskins jerseys, Redskins. When I first met them, he had Redskins sweatpants, lamps, and just everything
Wow.
Redskins. He even
Yeah.
had
Oh,
he,
man.
he, he recently threw it away. Recently, he had like one of them Coca-Cola cans and said, "Well, none of the Redskins stores we can open it." Like it's been sitting there for years. He finally threw it away.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, like I say, they are diehard, man. They stick with it though. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah,
though. That's your squad. That's what I'm doing. I got to ride or die
right.
with them.
That's right,
Yeah, I'd rather do
man.
that than to keep switching my team. I know a couple guys, man. Every other season, man, they switching their team. Then you don't really know who their squad is, though. I want you to know who I'm repping. So, yeah,
Right. It's like whatever team you are, you just if you wanted to
about to
stick with
say,
that,
about to
just
say,
yeah.
go with my character, man. I'm gonna stick with them. Win or lose, baby. Yeah.
Um, I don't know if anybody ever asked you this, and I thought I'd bring it since you said you about to have your third baby.
Mhm.
How did fatherhood change you per se when you first had your first baby and then your second one, and now your third one?
Oh man, that's a great question. Um, so when I had my first kid, I had just I was still in the grieving process. Really losing my mom because I had just lost my mom the year before, and so the whole
Right.
pregnancy was pretty much that the following months, after she passed away, and so I was just really, I think in a way it just changed. Um, the level of responsibility or accountability that I had to have for myself, because I
Right.
couldn't spend my money how I wanted it to, just any kind of way, even though I didn't have it all together at that time. But I had to slowly start making changes. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really, you know, change my life, so to say. Because for the first 10 months, I mean, she wasn't even in daycare, so then it was, my girlfriend, my now wife though, but we would take shifts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she would go to work, and then when she get off, she watch her, and then the same for me. I worked at night. But to have my son, I mean, I think that really leveled me up in a way. I mean, because from the time of me having my daughter and my son was 5 years, 4.5.
Right.
But I had grew so much during that time from having a child, you know what I'm saying, that I was already in that flow, but it was just
Mhm.
mentally I had to go back to changing diapers again. I can't communicate and talk to you no more. Now I have to, literally wipe the drool from your, what I'm saying, from your chin and everything like that. But I really say having my son though allowed me to become a man, really, because it put in my mind that I really wanted to marry my wife at that time. And so that's what really, like, I knew that I wanted to marry her. So I actually proposed to her at the baby shower that year. And so I felt like, in a way, like having him like kind of let me know, like, this is what I want to do, that I wanted to do the right thing in a way, because I mean, a lot of people do it, when they have daughters, you know what I'm saying? But I think for me, it was
Right.
just like having my son, having me in a way. I'm seeing me, and so, it just, in a way, I just kind of looked at myself and was just like, man, I gotta step up. I gotta, take my position seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, and you know what? It's a good thing that you're doing that, and I always congratulate guys who are fathers that's handling their business, because a lot of guys is not handling their business and they got babies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
yeah. So I definitely thank you for doing that.
Oh
Um,
yeah, no problem, man. Like I say, I always tell people, man, it's just like, the way how I look at it, and I don't take away from my wife, but I always, man, them my kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, in a way, I never looked at it like, well, I'm babysitting today. I mean, how can you babysit when these are kids? So I'm just with my, I'm full time with it, and so that's how I look at it. It's just the little things for real, how your perspective is that allow you to, you know what I'm saying, handle the bigger picture in a way. Yeah.
man, hearing you talk the way you talk now, I can kind of hear the poetness coming out of you. So you do
Oh,
have
really?
that poet voice, man.
True.
You remind me of someone like you see in a movie or a show where they go to one of them events at like a poetry place and people get on
Hmm.
stage. You remind me of someone just like that, man. I feel like a whole room could hear what you guys say.
Wow, man, thanks. I mean, I really appreciate that. I have, like I say, just different, different visions of what I would like to do. But
Mm.
ultimately, like I say, sometimes I feel like, it's just as much as the journey. You know what I'm saying, to get you there. Then, like, I feel like for me to not know what that picture, what I like, I don't know what it's gonna look like at the end. But I feel
Right,
okay not knowing, because I trust the process. You know what I'm saying? I trust the journey. And so I do see me on stage, see myself being on stage speaking and just talking to people, you know what I'm saying? Telling them stories, even if it's personal, you know what I'm saying? Telling them stories from my own life. But, things like Toastmasters are ways to elevate that voice, right? But I just feel
right,
like, everybody's journey is unique. And so, it's going to only be one me. And so, I just embrace it, or try to at least.
um. So you released were you a part of a song that was released called Faith?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you talk about that one?
Talk to you about it. So my friend and I, man, this is my, like I say, this is my buddy that I actually worked with for a long time, and we actually met. That's how we met one another, and so he kind of like does music, and I was just more so in that space at that time. You know what I'm saying? I try to not label myself other than being a poet, because that was the original love. That was the foundation in a way. But I try to just label myself as an artist when it comes to other things. Um, but the song in general, I mean, it was just me wanting to, just kind of paint a picture. You know what I'm saying? It was a blank
Right,
canvas, so to say, and I just kind of contributed, the way that I thought, what I'm saying, like it would turn out good, not just for it to turn out good, but I did it in a way, like I say, that I could be proud of it. And I mean, I can only speak from my perspective, you know what I'm saying? And so when given a
yeah,
topic such as faith, I mean, so it's so broad. I mean, everybody has different stories and different ways of connecting to it, you know what I'm saying? And so I looked at it like, why not, um, just approach it any other way than just, being myself.
right. Yeah, man, and it's like I said earlier. I always like meeting people that has talent and skills in Baltimore, and I always tell people, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. Those of us that in Baltimore that has the skills, we're gonna make it someday. Eventually, it's gonna be our face on a billboard, on a magazine, probably, like, or maybe
Yeah.
doing the news probably. You know, we
Oh yeah, oh
some
yeah.
yeah. So and I definitely think that you, Mike the Poet, or as you call yourself, MG the Poet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to brown out. You got plans for another book?
I do have plans for another book. I would like to, in the near future, write a memoir. Where of course, really kind of, dissect myself. You know what I'm saying, and just kind of share my story from another angle.
Right,
But at the same time, man, I'm just going with the flow. And I do have some things lined up, others poems, written, waiting. You know what I'm saying? But that is something that's important, to me, to
right.
do. So yeah.
Well, you know what, man? If when the time does come when you release your next book, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check
Okay.
out your new material that's gonna come out, man, and I'm gonna let you know what I think, man. But I'm already feeling I'm gonna like it, man. It's gonna be something good.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. Hey, be truthful with me, baby. So I keep it
Hey,
coming. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm gonna do that. And before I let you go from here, I'm just gonna, I know Dominique kind of told you a bit about me, but I was going to fill you in a little bit more about myself.
Okay.
I've been doing podcasting. Well, in December it'll be like my 1 year anniversary since doing it.
Oh man, congratulations. Yeah.
Man, it's been a journey. When I first started, I
Yeah.
was doing it on my phone, and I would um, edit it by putting clips and photos, clips of people, and
Oh wow.
I've had, of course, Dominique twice, and I've had
Mhm.
people from Disney who worked at Disney back then, and
Wow.
I just had Tuesday Don Hahn, who's a producer at Disney, who did Beauty and the Beast and
Whoa.
Hunchback. I just had him on.
Oh, you know what? I just
Um,
seen his picture online. Yeah,
yeah,
I did. I just seen his picture online. Yeah, that's wow. That's crazy.
and a lot of people. So I don't know how familiar you are with the soaps, but there was a show called The Guiding Light that was on CBS. I've had a
I
lot of
remember that
people.
show. I
I've had
remember
a
that
lot
show.
of my show on, and I'm
Wow.
good friends with some of them. One of them who did 2 books, she gave me 2 of her books for free, and I appreciated that.
Oh man.
And I'm currently working on a documentary about this show because I've done some short films
Mm.
when I was in college, and it's been maybe a
Yeah.
year. Did movies, but I'm
Okay.
working on something now, and it'll be my first documentary. I've never done one, and hopefully, when I finish it, I can see if the film festival will take it.
Yeah, man. That's all right. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I congratulate you. Like I say, just to really be doing what you're doing. Just providing, like or just sharing the platform. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a big thing that gets overlooked a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But anytime I'm in a space where, like I said, I can just congratulate somebody for just not only just but just doing what you feel like you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you went to school and you've been doing it for a little bit under a year now. But like I say, man, you keep striving, and even that was just the evolution of it. You having to put the pictures and everything like that. I mean, that was just the evolution, man. But look, take a chance to look at where we at right now, man. But it's only gonna grow and get bigger, bigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is,
Right.
man. Hey.
Yeah, and that's something I always try to encourage people because I'm also Dominique knows this. I'm also working on a book about
Mhm.
motivation,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
one that it talks about. One of the quotes I always tell people is today is going to be a good day, and that's
Mm,
something that you keep in mind every day when you wake up. Even if you're having a bad day, even if your job is crap,
mm.
even if you tired, you always got
Yeah,
to try to remind yourself. Even if it's raining and snowing outside, you got to remind yourself today is going to be a good day.
yeah,
And and I know sometimes it can be hard. It can be stressful because you never know how it's going to be when you go out that door to work or to the store, what have you, because people are
yeah.
crazy out there.
You're
But
right.
try to be positive, mindful, and know that anything can happen, and your positivity could change somebody's life.
You're right, man. You never know. Just a small contribution could go a long way, man. Like you said, you never know. And honestly, you know, it's I've always been told, like I say, it's less about you know, just you know, because you can't control what happens, you know what I'm saying, but you can just only control, you know, how you respond. You know, one of the
Right.
quotes that I always try to say that's in my most recent book, you know, that if you can conceive it, you know what I'm saying, if you can actually think of it in your head and you can actually believe that, then you can achieve it. You know what I'm saying? And so if you can
Right.
conceive it, then you can believe it. You know what I'm saying? Then you definitely can achieve it. So like I say, it's
Absolutely.
just one step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You right, man. Yeah. I'm hearing the words coming out of you, man. You gotta. I'm ready, man. To hear whatever anything that's gonna come out your way, whether it's a
You
song
know what?
or a
I
book or
I heard you mention that someone sent you a book, and so I got a little jealous, man. So I want to send you a book too, if you don't mind.
it was a
Yeah.
last minute thing, but I think part of it was because we had 2 interviews over the phone, and then because I guess because she liked how I edited the podcast so well because it was
Hmm.
a phone and not like what we doing now. I think
Yeah.
because she liked it so much, she just did that because I didn't ask about it. I was going to pay for it like everybody else did, but I
Yeah,
thank her for it.
but you know, sometimes I mean, being an author, I mean, you know, yeah, Pilates, I know I sell books, but sometimes I just look at it like, man, this is an opportunity just for somebody to, you know, potentially take away something, you know, and be able to use it and apply it. You know what I'm saying? And so, how can I charge for that? You know, and so in a way, that's how I try to look at it. You know, because honestly,
Right,
it's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it like, you know, when it's gonna come back, but I just know one day it is.
right,
And even if it don't come back to me, but just like you say, you giving that knowledge to that younger kid, you know what I'm saying? That's paying back me in a way. You understand what I'm saying?
right.
And so that's the only way for we can all grow and create, you know what I'm saying, a life worth living for each other, you know what I'm saying, for that next generation. And on and
Absolutely.
on and on.
Yeah, and we got to be set for it because that next generation, like your kids, when they get older, they're gonna be looking at us. So we got to be able
Yeah.
to set some kind of example or give them some kind of advice or motivation so they can go out here and try to do what we doing, or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No man, as
But
long as you being true to yourself, yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead, go
please, man,
ahead.
shoot me a copy of your book, man. I do check it out, man.
Yeah, please put like this. Just when we finish up, like I say, just inbox me, the shipping information, man. And like I said, I'll get it out to you tomorrow. So, you should get it within the next couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go right now. But look, I've had a blast talking to you today, Mike, and
Yeah.
hopefully, when your next material comes out, I'm gonna have you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, some time I'll have you come back and we're gonna talk some more about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Thank you for having me. Thanks for everything, man. I appreciate it. Looking forward to getting
No
that book
problem.
to you and meeting with you next time.
You bet. You got it, man.
All right, man. Stay safe, man.
Hey, you too, man. God bless you.
All right. Peace.
Well, hey guys, thanks for tuning in for another day with PE Slick Podcast. Slap Souls Past. Sorry for tuning in so late like I did. I had some last minute family issues I was working with, but please stay tuned. There's more to come, and next week I got Toby Poser from Guiding Light coming on board, and hey, I'm dope for it. I'm always happy to talk with somebody from my side of town that's creative and spreading, like Dominique Brightman, my good friend, said, they're spreading the mocha juice out there. But thanks for tuning in, or anybody that's going to watch this later, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, have a good night now. Peace out.